Welcome to Buzz Around the Globe. Southeast Asian leaders are gathering in their final summit, ASEAN Summit, this year in Indonesia. In front of them are divisive issues with no solutions in sight. The most recent one is the flare-ups in the disputed South China Sea and the long-standing United States-China rivalry. To add fuel to fire, China has released a new map that includes disputed territories in the South China Sea and Arunachal Pradesh. The map has been rejected by India and other countries in the region and is likely to create tensions at the upcoming ASEAN Summit. The ASEAN Summit is a yearly meeting of leaders from the Association of Southeast Asian Nations. The summit is an important forum for cooperation and dialogue on regional issues. However, the release of China's new map is likely to overshadow the summit and make it difficult for ASEAN leaders to reach consensus on important issues. India has long claimed Arunachal Pradesh as its territory, and the Chinese map's inclusion of the state is a clear provocation. The map also includes the entire South China Sea, which is claimed by several ASEAN countries. The release of the map is a sign that China is not willing to compromise on its territorial claims, and it is likely to further strain relations between China and its neighbors. The ASEAN Summit is already facing challenges due to the ongoing conflict in Myanmar. The conflict has displaced hundreds of thousands of people and created a humanitarian crisis. The ASEAN leaders are under pressure to find a solution to the conflict, but the release of China's new map is likely to make it even more difficult to reach a consensus. The absence of US President Joe Biden, who typically attends, adds to the already somber backdrop of the 10-state bloc's traditional show of unity and group handshake. While skipping ASEAN, Biden will fly to Asia for the G20 summit in India, then visit Vietnam to elevate ties. Washington says Biden was not relegating the bloc to a lower rung of geopolitical priorities and cited the US president's effort to deepen America's engagement with the region. In November, Biden attended the ASEAN summit meetings in Cambodia, and in May 2022, hosted 8 of the bloc's leaders at the White House to demonstrate his administration's commitment to their region while dealing with Russia's invasion of Ukraine. The Biden administration has also been strengthening an arc of security alliances in the Indo-Pacific, including in Southeast Asia, alarming China. Experts on the geopolitics of the region expressed disappointment over Biden's non-appearance, but said such red flags were more alarmingly emblematic of ASEAN's declining relevance. Founded in 1967 in the Cold War era, ASEAN has a principle of non-interference in each member state's domestic affairs. It also decides by consensus, meaning even one member can shoot down any unfavorable decision or proposal. Those bedrock rules have attracted a starkly diverse membership, ranging from nascent democracies to conservative monarchies, but have also restrained the bloc from taking punitive actions against state-sanctioned atrocities. The bloc currently groups Brunei, Cambodia, Indonesia, Laos, Malaysia, Myanmar, the Philippines, Singapore, Thailand, and Vietnam. ASEAN's failure to effectively rein in Myanmar's military government from committing human rights atrocities and its deafening silence when a Chinese Coast Guard ship recently used a water cannon to block a Philippine supply boat in the disputed South China Sea underscore why the group's aspiration to be in the center of Asian diplomacy has been questioned. Member states have turned to either the US or China for security, he said. Myanmar's civil strife, which has dragged on for more than 2 years after the army ousted the democratically elected government of Aung San Suu Kyi, and the South China Sea disputes were again expected to overshadow the Jakarta summit agenda, as in previous years. The European Union has warned that its relations with ASEAN may be affected if it has to deal with Myanmar in any leadership role. Do tell us what you think about this video in the comments section, and for more news updates, subscribe to India Today.